it's like, I don't know, a flashback for me, really. Jason McCoy, when did we see each other last?
I was just trying to think that, and I don't know when it was. It's been a little while, but you look great.
Well, I'll pay you later.
I get old. I get old, and she doesn't, so it's not fair.
How much is that going to cost me? A lot of money.
Yeah, right.
Jason McCoy, Everything, right, is the album.
Yes. Yeah.
And you are almost done this tour.
This is our last date. We thought we'd save the best for last. The East Coast. But the new album is called Everything, and we got the title from which will be our next single. Is called I'd Still Have Everything.
Yeah.
And I wrote it around the time of the Nashville floods. I was talking to my co-writer Tom Shepard about it. Yeah. And we're just talking about how much our families meant to us. If everything was taken away from us, our house, our cars, our stuff, and we were left with just our families without anything,
right,
we'd still have everything. And that's how we felt.
Okay, now I want to talk about songwriting in just a bit, but where are you were born where? Exactly.
Barrie, Ontario, about an hour and a half north of Toronto. Yeah.
I used to live in Orillia.
You did?
So I totally know. I used to shop in Barrie.
Yeah, the Sunshine Town.
Orillia is the
I think that's what they called it.
Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town, right?
Okay, that's right.
Okay, so Jason McCoy.
Literary smart school.
No, not at all. They made us learn that when we lived there.
Right.
But now you tour everywhere. You've been really all over the world.
Yes, we have at this point. Yeah, we've been to China, Australia, and all through the U.S. and all over the place.
And the Atlantic provinces. Talk to me about that, because at CNBC, we celebrate the 4 Atlantic provinces.
Sure, yeah.
So what's that like? Any difference?
The Atlantic provinces are kind of intimidating to play in because because there's a lot of artists down here, and so in the audience a lot of times you have some of the artists as guests,
right?
And so that's always you feel like you're being judged by the fantastic musicians down here, and then a lot of people aren't even professional musicians down here, but there's so many. They're great. They're fantastic.
They come out playing.
So there's a strong musical heritage here. So it's like going to a place like Nashville and playing. You gotta be on your best behavior.
Yeah.
So we practiced and double tuned our guitars.
But we
tonight.
love you.
Well,
We're receptive,
you're very kind.
Yes. And a seafood lover at all?
Oh yeah. Not actually not fish. I like lobster and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's get back to the songwriting, because you've been writing. I mean, like 1995. Is that right? Would that be the beginning of it all?
I think that was the first single. Yeah. I think that would be around the right time.
Who are you now? Like, I don't want to go Oprah on you.
Idea.
But no, seriously.
I'm gonna jump on the sofa like in 2 seconds here.
But would you? Because we could go viral. And
that'd be great. Yeah.
No, but seriously, like, I gotta believe you've obviously grown as an artist. You've grown as a guy. Tons of stuff's going on. You've seen it all, done it all.
Yeah, I've got my lovely wife and home, Tareen, and I've got now a family. So we've got little Grace Margaret, who's almost 5, and Caleb, who's almost 2.
Right.
So that's a completely different world for me.
Right.
And I've just found my place in the world, being a father and husband in my family. That's my...
And that got to bring a lot to your writing, you figure.
Oh, it does, yeah, for sure. Like a new single, She's Good For Me, I wrote that about the time that we had Grace. And I was just thinking of all the things in my life I've done self-inflicted that aren't good for me.
Well...
Here's these.
Will there be a book?
Yeah, maybe. And here's these wonderful gals who are good for me, and that's why we got She's Good For Me.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, very good. Now, just quickly, the touring. Let's talk about it, because you have done it a lot. You've been on the road since March 4th. You love it. This tour is different. I mean, anybody who's seen you before, it's a different side. It's maybe a more expressive side of Jason McCoy.
I guess so. I don't know.
They're billing it as the real McCoy.
Oh, really?
Did you know that?
No, I didn't know it was. Real McCoy. I heard that on the poster. Yes. Well, what it is it's kind of it's a chronological walk through my musical history, and we've taken all the videos I've had on CMT, and they kind of follow me along the path.
Right.
Here's me in about 3 years. There's a crowded day that I left for college. Didn't give a damn about high knowledge.
Some questionable hairstyles and clothing choices through the years.
Jacket?
It doesn't matter.
Do you remember
it
the
doesn't
silver
matter,
jacket?
but it doesn't matter.
I love the
it doesn't
silver
matter.
jacket.
We can move on. There's other things to talk about, not the silver jacket.
So good.
That's fine.
And the hair too.
Good God.
Anyway, I love you. You know that.
It's called a moulet. Thank you very much. You see what happened? Look at that guy. Look, pan to that guy. That is Jeff Kent. He's keeping the wheels. he's keeping the wheels greased here.
Yeah.
Look at this coffee.
Between the
But
ditches.
the tour is a lot different because we have this big screen, and I have some artists join me on screen for some virtual duets.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Can you give me something?
We have, I can't because it's a little surprise. We have a Grammy-nominated female artist joins me.
Okay.
Canada's top male artist. A couple
That's
of...
you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just cloned myself.
Okay.
No.
Neat.
And a couple of TV celebs and things like that. So there's a few surprises. But this
And
is a
you're
new...
very funny. Now, let me just get, because I follow Jason. If you're not following him on Twitter,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you?
It's the Jason McCoy.
The Jason McCoy.
Yeah.
But everyone's like, oh my gosh, I left. And I was talking to my mom. I said, I'm going to interview Jason. She said, say hi to Jason. And do you remember her?
I do. Say hi back, please.
Anyway, she said, what about the music? I said, people are just talking about the humor.
Oh, really?
But you're funny.
Oh, my gosh. We did an album, too. So, yeah. Well, you know what?
No, but I guess the music now is a given. You're a hit maker, right? But this
Well,
humor part.
I like to sing, and I like to tell jokes and have fun. And the whole thing about doing a show is, we have some very serious moments of the show, and we really have some serious songs. But I love to have fun and just relax a little bit. And I want to entertain and put on a show. And I'm just not very good at just shutting up when I should sometimes, and I just talk a lot. So there you go.
That's
Hopefully some of
awesome.
it's funny.
And it's the real McCoy, the real Jason McCoy. It's so good to see you again.
Actually, I am a hologram. I'm not really even here.
I can put my hand right through him.
Is it?
See that?
That's just my hollow, fake Hollywood soul.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.